This is your one and only Firespark81 with your daily dose of video goodness. Welcome back to another awesome and exciting episode of Building Vertical, and today I'm going to teach you how to build this kick-ass looking dinosaur storage treehouse, because you got to have a place to put your dinos in the tree. Let's take a look at the inside. You can see here that it's super spacious, has plenty of room to store all your mid-sized dinosaurs. I don't think you're going to get a Bronto in here, but I mean, if you built it tall enough, you probably could. So you can definitely get all of your medium and small sized dinos in here very easily. Anything that can fit through this gate here. So, how do we build it? Well, I'm about to show you. Okay, so I have part of it here already laid out, but don't worry, I'm going to show you how I got this started. I just did this to help speed things up a little bit. Okay, so to start off, we're going to use the trick that I taught you on the last build, and if you haven't already, you should totally check that out. I will put a link for it right here, and there will also be a link for it at the end of the video. So we're just going to line up our fence foundations right along this main post. You see how there's a big one, then there's this one here that doesn't go all the way. We want only the ones that go all the way. You're just going to line your fence foundation up and use it as your marker and go around, all the way around, placing one on the right side of each of these. So, and then I've already done this one. Once you've done them, then you're going to go back. You're going to line your metal fence foundation, and you can build this in anything. I'm just building it in metal so that people can see that this is PVP proof as well. You're going to place it just like that. That's going to allow you to build all the way out like this. And your spacing will be almost perfectly even. As you can see there, that separates them perfectly. Then you can go back through and demolish this one. And we're just going to continue to do that the rest of the way. Like I said, I've already done half of it. You'll want to continue to do this all the way around the outside of your tree platform. So then you just want to basically line it up like that. Bump it forward just a little bit, just so it's barely touching. If you go in and you're overlapping just a tiny little bit, it's fine. It should still work for you. Then we continue to place our foundations out like that. And we're going to do the same thing again. And like I said, you're just going to do this all the way around your tree platform. Then, once you have all that done, go back through and make sure all of your spacer foundations, fence foundations, have been removed. Oop. Don't delete your tree platform. And then we're going to switch to your pillars. You're going to need a crap ton of pillars. And then what you're going to do is you're going to place a pillar on the end of each one of those fence foundations, like that. Now, as I stated when I was showing you the inside of our already built storage facility over there, you can make this as tall as you want, but I'm only going to go this high for now. This should not make a difference because the entire build is supported by these pillars, so you should have foundation support no matter how high you build. I mean, you can only build so high in Ark, but you know what I mean. You can build this tall and have multiple levels inside if that's what you want. But we're only going to go tall enough basically to fit in our larger alpha predators. Okay, and once you've done that, the next thing you want to do is go through and we're going to place these inside pillars. Now, you're going to need your fence foundation again. And what you're going to do is look for these center beams. So the first ones were based off the long beams. Now you need the beams that are in between them. And you can see how it has the 3 bracers here. You're going after the last bracer. And what you are going to do is just line your beam up, or your fence foundation up with the center. And then you want it to line up with this beam here, this support, whatever you want to call it. So just like, and you don't have to be completely exactly in the middle. I mean, get it as close as you can, but like that. See how it breaks and cuts even exactly with this beam? And then you're going to do that all the way around. So we'll do it again. Line it up in the middle, and then line it up with that beam just like that. Now, all of these marker points are extremely important. You have to make sure that you follow the markers that I'm telling you. So when you're doing your foundations around the outside here, you need to make sure you're lined up with the edge like I am here. See how I'm perfectly lined up with the edge all the way around. You need to make sure you're lined up. If you're off too much on any of these, you're going to end up with gaps somewhere. So you're going to have your little gaps here. That can't be, you can't help that. And they're going to vary depending on how well you lined up and how much you overlapped on your spacers. But they're not that big of a deal. You can't fit through them. You can't really shoot through them. They're fine. But you need to make sure that you're following this exactly, or something's going to go wrong and you're going to have to tear it down and rebuild it. That's the reason I give you each of these markers. So anyway, you're going to go back through or you're going to go through and just place all of your fence foundations right in line, just like that, all the way around. So they're right in the center, and then you're going to go through and you're going to get your pillars, and you're going to place pillars all the way up, and they need to be level with however high you made these pillars here. And you want to place them on this end. The reason you have to have these foundations here is to give these pillars something to snap to. If you don't do it, they don't snap to the right spot. You can try to freehand them, but it just gets messy. The reason I give you these positions to line things up with is because everything works out and it's not a messy disaster if you follow what I'm telling you to do here. So then we have all of our pillars done. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to put in our dinosaur gate. It really doesn't matter too much where you put your gate, but you want to make sure that it is snapped to a position. So you can see here how it snaps in place. You can put it anywhere you want on whatever side you want. It won't make a difference because this entire build all the way around is 100% symmetrical, so it doesn't make a difference where you put your gate. Then you're going to go through and start filling in all of your walls. And go ahead and place walls all the way up. I'll show you how to do the little grates or air vents, whatever you want to call them, like we have in the build over there, after we're all done. Your best bet to put those in is just wait and build them after you've completed the entire build. So don't worry about those for now. You're just going to go through and fill all of your fence foundations in each of your sides with wall all the way to the top. Okay, now we have that done. We are completely surrounded by walls with a random stupid tree. Pardon me 1 second while I get this stupid tree out of here. Once you have your gate and all of your walls in place, the next part we're going to start working on is the ceiling. Now, you have to follow exactly what I'm telling you to do. Once again, is very specific. The way this build works, it's a lot easier than our last one, but you have to follow the steps as I tell you. So you get we're going to do the outside of this first. And by that, I mean we're going to get a ring all the way around the outside. The easiest way to do that is get you a small platform and then get on top of that platform and build from the top. So you're going to make sure that every single row is straight and level with the walls that it's connected to. Don't let any of the pieces snap crooked like you see here. Now, when you get to the gate, you're going to ignore that and go all the way around, and I'll show you how to take care of the gate here in a minute. Okay, now we're all the way around. You snap this piece here, and then you can snap all the way across in front of your gate, so everything is exactly the same. Whatever side you snap your gate to, the opposite side that has the wall is the side that you want to snap your ceiling to, and then snap across the gate like so. Okay, now our next step is we're going to give it that cool saw blade look that you see across the top there. I don't know if you can see it. Hold on, let me get a nice jump.
High jump boost activated.
See how the top looks like a saw blade? So that's what we're going to do now. What you're going to do is pick a direction. I'm going to choose towards the left. I'm going to hit my ceiling, and the piece will snap just like that. And it overhangs just a little bit. You're just going to snap it to whichever side you're facing, all the way around, like so. You shouldn't run into any obstruction problems or anything like that while doing this. Everything should snap into place and flow really easy. This whole entire build should flow way easier than the last build we did. Now, the next step you're going to do is you're going to go through and go across the front of each of these again. Once again, don't let your pieces angle. Keep them straight. If they want to snap, just go backwards a little bit and force it to snap in place. See how that one wants to snap? But if I look out a little bit, it'll snap in place correctly. Now we are done. We have our ring all the way around the outside. Now the problem that we're going to run into now, and the reason that you have to have these pillars on the inside, is because you run out of foundation support. So all you're going to do is you're just going to stand on the edge, look over, and place a ceiling piece on top of each of your pillars. And then you're going to go back around and place one in between each of that ceiling piece that you just placed in the center of each of your other sections. Okay, at this point, your entire base should look like this. Now, you're going to go through and fill in all of these parts. And what I like to do to keep everything kind of the same, and I feel it fixes, because you can go through and just kind of randomly fill this in, but it's going to be a mess. So it's best if you just follow, and you might end up with issues when we're sealing off the inside. So it's best if you just follow this pattern here. I face one side, and you're going to have a little gap here like this, but it's fine. And then you're going to go around, you're going to do the same thing. They may fight you a little bit, but snap it and make sure that it is all the same and facing the same way. Now, your entire ceiling should be completely filled in, and the only thing you should have is your ring in the center and these little tiny holes right here. But I know what you're all thinking. It's PvP proof, right, Firespark? Yes, it is. You can fill in each of those spots. Just go back around, and if you're not standing on the spot, they all fill in without any problems, and you will be completely sealed off. Okay, now you have your outside sealed off, your top sealed off. It's time to seal off our ring in the center, and to do that, we're going to use the same ramp design that I came up with in the last build. So this is a bit more trickier, and I find it a lot easier to do this from the inside. You can see here that we have a straight piece, and then a straight piece, and then a straight. You see, let me see if I can. Okay, on the crosshairs, see how this goes straight, and then this goes straight? Those are the pieces that you want to line up with when you're placing your ramps, because you do have to do some overlapping here. So you want your pieces to go like that, and then they will overlap like so. And you're gonna follow this pattern all the way around. If you don't follow it this way, you're gonna build one, then you're gonna overlap, build this other one, then we're gonna go back through, overlap, build, overlap, next one, all the way around like this. If you don't follow this pattern, you'll run into issues, trust me. I had a ton of issues when I was doing this and trying to figure it out and trying to make it easier. Come on, snap it there. And then you're going to come to the part where you're almost completely crimped in and around. You're going to put your last few pieces in. This last piece is going to be the biggest pain in the butt. It may help to try to get above it or below it. You just got to kind of mess with it a little bit, but you can seal it up. And there we go. So like I said, you may have to delete one and place it back down over top of it, fiddle with it a little bit, but you can get it to place. You just saw what I did there in order to finish it. You may have to do the same. It may fall right into place. Arc is a little jinky and it's not 100%, but you can seal it up because I have done it here and I have done it over there. I've done it multiple times. Also, we did it on our previous build, so it does work, and it works a lot better with this design than it does our previous design. But there you go, we're completely sealed up. Some places we have a little bit of a gap, but you can't get in there. You can't really shoot through there because you're just going to hit the tree. So depending on how big your tree is, depends on whether or not you'll be completely sealed in or have those small gaps, but it is safe, so don't worry. And that's it. All we have left to do is the finishing touches. we can go in here and we can put in our vents if you want. And to do that, all you are going to need is a little bit of metal railing, and you will also need some more walls because you have to delete in order to put the wall or to put these in, and I'll show you how to do that now. So you're going to delete your bottom wall in the middle. See how there's 3? You want the one in the middle. You're going to place it. It's going to tell you the second one is obstructed. That's fine. Delete the wall above it. Place the second railing. Place the wall back on top of it, and then you have your vent. You can also do the same thing with the doors like we did in the previous build. You can stack 2 doors on top of each other and have a 360-degree view all the way around. You can put windows in. You should be able to just slap a window directly in by doing the Ark's normal overlapping shenanigans like it does. Just bam, there would be your window. However you want to design or finish this off and add details, you can, but this is perfectly big enough to fit multiple dinosaurs in. You can go down below and put in a elevator, and we'll jump over here real quick and I'll show you how I did that. That was pretty easy. All I did was there was the pillars, and you can see the remnants of it left. I used that pillar as a guide. I took it down from the edge there. You can see our gate up there. I just brought the pillar down, used that as my guide. Then right underneath of it, I placed this foundation, and then I used that foundation to snap on the elevator, threw the generator down, and bam, elevator can get the dinos in there with no problem. You may have a better way to do that. I just kind of did that to show you that it can be done and to get some dinos in here to show you the amount of room that you have. I mean, okay, you can see that we've got plenty of room in here for a Carno. You could fit multiple Carnos in here really easily, setting them side by side. I've got 2 dire bears. So let's move this guy. Let's move this guy here. So in between a wall and this pillar here, you can fit a Carno and 2 bears, 3 bears worth of dinosaur. Now, you can also run bears or smaller dinosaurs, frogs, raptors, all of that stuff, and store them around this center location. This whole design was designed in mind for specifically dinosaur storage, but you should be able to add additional floors and platforms, ramps, all of that good stuff by using the same technique that we did before. We already have everything down. You can see here that we can place railing, floor. We have foundation support all the way across, so you can do multiple levels inside. So we're going to take a little quick spin around, give you a 360-degree view and an above view, all that good stuff, so you can get one final look at the design. And that's going to call it for this episode. If you liked this video and you found it helpful, leave a comment down below. Let me know what you thought. Let me know if you built it. If you got links to images, I'd be more than happy to take a look to see what creative stuff you guys have done with these builds and with what I've taught you. If you didn't like it and you thought I could do something different, leave a comment down below. Let me know what you'd like to see different. If you're shy and you don't like to comment, just hit that thumbs up button and show your support. Until next time. Thanks for watching.